to the NFL on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be It's Macklin's Chiefs going up against Green's Bengals. So let's send you up now to the Queen City of Cincinnati. Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. There's Mike Nugent now to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. On first down, Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Here we go with Jamal Charles. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Maclin, 61 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. First and 10 for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. In the backfield out of this starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And a look at the defense now. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the play clock's running down. Just beating the play clock, Smith. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Ray Maluga competes very hard as a linebacker. Very difficult to block and keep out of the play. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. And able to find Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Play clock winding down. A 1st down carry here for Charles. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He hits West underneath. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Charles. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Here's Smith. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Charles. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Shift together here from the D-line. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it?
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Alex Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Caught right side, Tate. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, Byron, now that we got a quick break in the action, I've got to get this one in. Drake Kirkpatrick of the Bengals goes to a recent practice session. Now, it wasn't at their facility, right? They went to a high school.
Yeah, West Carrollton High School outside of Dayton. Forgot his shoes.
He forgot his cleats?
And one of the players on that high school team had a size 13. Now, Kirkpatrick wears size 12, but he said it fit perfectly, got him through the practice.
Yeah, he couldn't be real picky about the whole thing, right? I mean, 12, 13. He was fortunate.
He was able to practice.
The kid has a 13.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Surveying the field. And that will be incomplete. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive. And
we'll see if they can do just that. Vincent Ray, the linebacker, in on the tackle. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. 8 yards to go here on second down. One receiver left, 2 to the right. From his goal line here, Smith. He's got it to West on the dump off. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They pitch it to Charles. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
And Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Throwing is Smith, going underneath for Charles. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So here's Dustin Colquitt now to punt this away for the Chiefs. Back deep for the Bengals, Adam Jones. Here's Jones. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. The Bengals getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Dalton, 1st and 10. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final act of the first half. Dalton going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen? I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did. I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Again, here's Bernard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time. Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone. And that could get much better than this for an opportunity. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Dalton dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Andy Dalton punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And that was just an old-fashioned scramble play, 4th and goal. And he willed his team into the end zone. And I just don't know how, on the other side of the ball, you keep your composure. You account for everything. You defend everything. And this guy finds a way to make a play on you. Can you tell? That just agitates me a little bit as a former defender. I know your hands are shaking. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, it's Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And switching gears here a little bit, you know, the players always talk to us about their Madden ratings, and it's Madden release week. Yeah, and never real happy about it. They never are they? No, they're really not. They always think they're better or want to be better, and they want to see it increase and improve as the season goes along. But just last week, I was at an NFL training camp. I heard a couple of guys talking about playing Madden. And one guy said, yeah, you just wait till next week when the new game comes out. I'm going to get you. Well, next week is here. Those guys are probably getting ready to go at it real soon. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll sneak it with Smith. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Back to throw, Smith. They complete it to Hill. And a nice gain of 21 yards.